Hey guys, Patrick Donovan, eXp Realty, part of the Johnson Group, here in beautiful Savannah, Georgia, with my buddy Brandon Giebler. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Did some great training at the Tom Ferry thing today on the TV.
I know I'm exhausted. So much good learning, so much good material. Thank you, Tom Ferry.
Learn how to market a property for our soon-to-be sellers. So I'm pretty excited about that. But what are we talking about today, buddy?
So we're going to go over the pooler stats this time, since we've already covered Port Wentworth and Savannah. And then we're going to jump into some of the Fed rate talk that just happened in the Jackson Hole conference. And we got some sopping wet local tea for you. And along with Lucy Thornton from Edge Home Finance.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Excited Lucy's on here. She's in the waiting room waiting to get on. So I'm super excited to have her on here. And so we're just going to get right into it. But of course, I just want to tell you, we're going to go over the pooler stats. I know we got 4 days until the new stats come out for August. So we'll be covering Richmond Hill next week's brand new stats. So I'm super excited about that. And of course, if you don't know, we're going to go through all these stats, but if you forget what we say or you need to know immediately for some reason, be scrolling down on the bottom there. And of course, if you got any questions, Brandon is waiting. He is waiting in the wings to answer your comments. So please comment on anything you feel comfortable with. So are you ready to do this, buddy?
I'm ready.
So this is going to be July versus July of last year versus July of this year. And there's some dramatic swings in pooler, right?
I mean, yeah. So like the median home sale price right now actually dropped 9% from 361 to 329, which means for sellers, it's super important for you to be as realistic as ever with your listing prices, and for buyers, it might mean a little bit more affordability for you. So that's good to hear for the buyers.
Absolutely. I mean, I think like we said this the last time we were talking about pooler, that the prices, man, in pooler sounds like a really good time to jump into pooler. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, well, hold off, because the traffic is awful right now. Don't do it. I don't even want to.
Yeah, I got you on that one. Maybe that's the reason why. I think you said that the last time. But, at the same time as the home prices are dropping, new listings are jumped way up from 76 homes to 114 homes. That's a 50% increase. So homeowners seem to be choosing lists now, which tells us the sellers are feeling confident about putting their home on the market, even though the price is dipped. But I'm wondering what the August numbers say about this, dude.
August. I feel like August is typically slow, isn't it?
Well, we'll see. That's why I'm curious. We'll see. We'll
find out. So, not just the new listings and everything. We got from 205 last year to 308 with homes for sale and pooler. I almost fell out of my chair. It's up 50% with inventory, which is it's a huge deal. So, right. I mean, that's more competition if you're a seller. So you should have sold earlier. But also, it gives the buyers more of an opportunity and more options to choose from, which means sellers you don't want to negotiate, then you're in the wrong market.
Absolutely. I mean, more choices for buyers and more competition for sellers. The homes that are actually, and I think we've been screaming this, like from the rooftops, get your home ready. We talked to Capwell last week about getting your home pre-inspected so you can get it fixed before going to market. We told you update, paint neutral colors. Like now is the time as a seller, you need to be locked in, okay? Because the buyers have just got a ton more options. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You might not be as good as you think that you are with your house. My nana always said there's always someone bigger and better than you around the corner. So there's always someone better than you around the corner. So jumping into the closed sales, from last year, we're at 87 versus 90 this year. So we're pretty steady. It's really not that crazy with the closed sales. About 19% decrease, which isn't but the houses are moving fast. So if you're priced right and don't have a crap hole, that kind of stuff.
I think I messed you up with the sound effects. I just found these sound effects So now I'm just going buck wild up in here.
I mean,
I'm going nuts, but that's right. And then we got the price per square foot kind of mirroring what the median home sales prices are, from 197 to 186, down by 6%. So suggesting that buyers are just being more choosy. I think this is, like I'm saying, it's just a reoccurring theme that's going on.
right. So like bottom line is we're seeing more inventory and a slight softening of prices, but the demand is still there. So, they're not going to last on the market long if they're priced correctly with all the extra stuff going on, because if someone's going to be reaching, hopefully it's not you.
And then remember that all these numbers that were given to you is Pooler as a whole. It is not your neighborhood. And if you want to know if your neighborhood's on the ascension or the decline, give us a call. Let us know. Hit the comments if you want to know. We got like I said, the MLS is pulled up right now. If you got any questions, or you can call me or Brandon. We can come over and check out your home and give you a in-depth analysis of your home. So, give us a call. But now we're going to go on to the Fed, and oh my God, these guys. They're driving me crazy. Like, Powell signals Fed may cut rates soon, even as inflation risks remain. They had a meeting at Jackson's Hole. I don't know. It's in Wyoming. Okay, and then they gave a hint that they could be dropping rates, but they're proceeding with caution because of the impacts of tariffs and other economic policies. So, Brandon, Powell is hinting towards a rate drop, right? And cautious because of unemployment and inflation risk. So if in September rates are cut, how do you think it impact home buyers in Pooler and Savannah?
Well, what's cool is this morning, while I was on break from Tom Ferry, thank you, Tom Ferry, I was looking at an article earlier that said that Powell got the green light, so the rates will be getting cut. And I think maybe the chart will go up a little bit. There'll be a little tick, tick, tick. But I don't think anything is going to be astronomical by any means. But let me ask you, do you think that if the prices in Pooler are already softening, do you think that the lower borrowing costs could spike a wave to maybe have buyers jump back into the market?
A wave? I wouldn't say a wave. I would say maybe a ripple. I feel like, really, to be honest with you, if you were waiting on interest rates to lower, I don't think 0.25% is going to change your outlook on anything. But I think if you're already in the market and ready to rock and roll, and I haven't talked to a lender yet, now is the time. You need to call Lucy, and she's coming up, and we're going to ask her about this very thing. I will tell you, like, if you're ready to rock and roll, rates coming down, just, you're ready to rock and roll. I don't think there's going to be a tsunami or anything like that of people coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Tommy's hoping for a wave. Yes, baby. Yes, we are. So Powell also said, with the mention of tariffs and all the costs of like everyday living things like furniture and housing items, Patrick, do you think that the rising costs of everyday items could offset some of that benefit of the cutting of the rates?
Offset it. It's already offset. There's no coming back from the offset. It is like you've been to the grocery store, right?
Oh, got it. Unfortunately.
After I had to go call Lucy to get a loan to buy groceries at Sam's Club. So, you know what I'm saying? Not very happy. After you leave Sam's Club, you got 6 items. You're like, So, I don't know. It's very, it's insane. I'm serious. Come on. I just want to buy coffee. Why has it got to be so much?
Why is coffee $12?
Unbelievable. But, the one thing, Powell made clear, he wants the Fed to remain independent, right? So, Brandon, how important do you think the Fed's independence is to people that are hoping to buy or sell a home?
Huge. I think if the decision needs to stay out of the politics. I think if the numbers ran off of the politics instead of the data, the market will be swinging all over the place. You know what I mean?
My frustration is that we talk about do we got a comment? Oh,
I got Tommy.
We got Tommy. What's up, buddy? Thank you so much. I appreciate for you joining us, buddy. How do you think interest rates are going, buddy?
Oh, he's over it, I'm sure.
They got the 3.99 over there. He's like, what are you talking about? It's been great. The Fed has dropped rates over here all the time.
Yeah, and he's still hoping for a wave.
Absolutely. So, I mean, what was the question? I lost it.
No, I mean, no, you're good. You answered the question.
Oh
You're
yeah,
fine.
no, it's the. I mean, we got a free economy, capitalist society apparently, but then the federal government just gets involved all the time and it screws it up. Let the free markets do their job, guys.
All right, stop putting your fingers in it.
Stop touching our stuff.
Stop touching. Stop.
So we've got so next up we got the local sip, and I like the way you put it. A little soggy. It's a little soggy. So Brandon sent me this Facebook post of Covered Bridge from the Rankin community group, and oh my God.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you're them?
Holy moat.
Yeah, that is unbelievable. And this is the Covered Bridge plantation. The residents are saying that, the developer BGN Investments failed to install proper drainage. And I'm going to kind of show you the Facebook, and it's going to be, I'm not going to show you that on my Facebook. Let me make sure I pull up the right thing.
Yeah, we don't want to do all that.
No, we don't want.
Does anybody have a kayak? We can go kayaking.
Did they take it down? Yeah. But you got your own moat. That was part of the incentives, right? Yeah. 15,000 in closing and a moat.
Everyone wants a mansion with a moat.
Right. They need a bridge. Next incentive, bridge.
It probably comes out of the ground and goes.
I didn't see that. But I'm going to show you the actual post because it's more than just Covered Bridge. In the comments, they're talking about Summer Station. They got the same kind of water problems going on too, man. It's by same builder, and in the Covered Bridge, they are still building. Fair cost homes are still building in there. So if you're going to look for homes, this is the due diligence part we're talking about, right, Brandon?
Right. So that's why we say, you need to be at the inspections, and though, you might mess up your hair if it's raining, but raining during an inspection is probably one of the best things to happen. That way you get to see the water is probably the biggest threat to your house besides termites. So it's really important that you actually do get to see what happens, where the water sits, or if there's a leak somewhere. So I think that if you get a home inspection, I think scheduling it during the rain is probably the best option.
Guys, and I want you guys to keep this in mind, right? Covered Bridge, and I'm going to show you the two spots in the map next. But if you're going out to look at houses right now, you can probably figure when you're in due diligence, go to the moated areas. Go check out when it's raining. Go at night because maybe people party at night on a Friday night. You're not down with them. I'll tell you, my neighborhood in Rice Hope, we like to do fireworks. And if you got dogs that don't like fireworks, then Tommy said super Xanax. Covered Bridge.
Xanax. Get the dog a Xanax.
There you go. So I'm just telling you, these two places, Covered Bridge, plantation right here, and Summer Station. If you're going to look for houses, just be aware. Just be aware of what's going on. The guy with the moat, though, he might be willing to negotiate.
Deep discount.
Deep discount.
He didn't have a kayak.
All the way up to your waist discount. Like it.
He doesn't have a kayak, so he's ready to sell it. Can't get out.
So this next part I wanted to come up. Now, this guy's name is Brian Kim, and I follow him on YouTube. He's amazing at breaking down financial things. It's not just housing, it's cars, it's all kinds of stuff. He runs the game. It's got 2.66 million people, so I'm not the only one that watches him, right? But we're going to play a video from him real quick. And the good thing, we got Lucy here to react to the video. So watch this video. This is what he thinks. This is what he says happens when the Fed cuts rates. Check this out.
Interest rates, when the stock market is within 2% of their all-time highs, which it is right now. Here's what history shows. On average, 1 month after the interest rate cuts, the stock market doesn't do much. So on average, it actually goes down by 0.2%. So it's pretty flat. Over the next 3 months, on average, the stock market goes up by 2.1%. Over the next 6 months, on average, the stock market goes up by 3.8%. Okay, over the next 12 months, on average, the stock market goes up by 13.9%. But I just want to point this out to you. Look at what happens every single time, 12 months out. The market has always gone up.
And I mean, besides send all your money to the stock market, I mean, we want to find out what Lucy thinks about the rate drop, and she's coming up next. So I'm super excited about Lucy here. Lucy from Edge Home Finance, Lucy the lender, amazing lender. We're gonna put her on here. Where's she at? Let me add her to the stage. I don't like that one. Hold on. I'm trying to find the one where, there it is. Hey, Lucy.
Hi, friends.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm fabulous. How are y'all?
Oh my
Doing good.
God, I love that in the background.
That is awesome.
I think, is it backwards? It's backwards, though, right? Whatever.
No, it's not. Not to us. Maybe
Not
to
to
you.
us.
Yeah. Oh, good.
No, it looks
good,
good
good,
to us. Yeah. No, great. I love it. That's awesome.
Oh,
I need to get
you,
you one. Where did you get that?
No, my husband, sweet guy. So gave it
He
as a
made
like
that
a.
himself? That's
I went away
incredible.
on a trip and I came home and it was hanging up in my office. So
He's the
I mean,
best.
did you even know he could do light work like that?
no, Fred, he bought it. Yeah, but yeah, so yeah.
He does a lot of things
Very
that are
good.
light work.
Not that.
And once
I mean, he's
again,
good.
congratulations to him for retiring and your family. What a big step for you guys, right?
Thank you. It's been huge. Yeah. Can't believe it. It's crazy.
That's
I went to an event yesterday, a spouse event, and I was like, they're like, you're now with the retired wives. I'm like, what? Like, they're old. I'm not old,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Yeah, no, I know. I feel it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lucy. I appreciate that.
Sorry, Patrick. But you're real old. You've been out for like 17 years. So,
It's
you know.
crazy.
So.
You're a great
Oh
ride.
my God.
Well, we
Okay,
got some
so-
questions for you, so I'm super excited. Brandon's going to kick us off right now.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
do
So
it.
Lucy,
Yes,
how are you,
sir.
gorgeous?
I'm fabulous, babe. How are you?
I'm fabulous. My brain is exhausted from all the learning from Tom Ferry. Thank you so much.
Oh, I bet.
Lots of
Yeah.
motivation. So we're
It
gonna
is
go
a
with
rah-rah
the
session.
with the mortgages. So in simple terms, for us simple peeps, what's the difference between a mortgage banker, a mortgage broker, and a regular bank lender?
Okay, yeah. I don't think probably the first and the last, I would mash those together, right? I'm going to say a banker, which also is called a retailer in my world, and then a broker, right? So we're just going to differentiate between those two. And I describe them as buckets of money. So a banker has one bucket of money that they lend from. A broker has many buckets of money because they go to many banks to be able to have access to all those different buckets of money. So that's kind of usually my best way to describe it. Does it make sense though?
That was the best, simplest terms.
Yay! Yeah.
Let me ask you to caveat, to jump on top of that, how many buckets of money do you have access to?
Well, I mean, we fluctuate a little bit. I think we're at 100 and I don't know. Let me say between 150 and 160 buckets of money. We work with, we call them investors also in our world, investors, banks, so we have 150, 160. Yeah.
Are they
So
looking
over
for a
150 buckets of money compared to one. Sounds pretty unfair.
Yeah. I don't know why you would be a retailer, but whatever. So
each their own,
to each their own. Yeah. I mean, if you don't like making whatever, I won't go there. So
That's all good. Okay, so who actually funds the loan in each situation, and why does that matter to the buyer?
So the bucket of money funds the loan, right? So they ultimately underwrite. So even a broker, right? We're serving in that other position, but whoever underwrites is going to also fund that loan. So for example, if we send the loan over, I just got docs for New Res. New Res is also going to fund that loan, or UWM, or let's think of how many I did today at different, wherever it's going, CMG, wherever it's going, that's going to be who's going to fund it.
Why does that matter to the buyer?
Doesn't.
Okay.
I tell them it doesn't.
There you go. Good.
I mean, I tell them just look out for the name of whoever, is going to be sending you the emails and who's on the docs, just to know that. But nobody really cares where the money comes from. Could get bought and sold tomorrow anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
#facts.
Yeah, facts. So, yeah.
So how do mortgage brokers typically find better rates or loan programs compared to banks?
Well, I mean, I'm going to speak in Lucy's world, so it's only as Lucy knows it, right? So just mine. I've never been and I want to just caveat and say I've never been a banker. I've never been a retailer. I've never worked for just one bucket of money. I've always worked. Yeah, I worked for one brokerage that was smaller. So, and we had 12 buckets of money. And now this lender, we're the second largest brokerage in the nation. So we're pretty huge. So like if I showed you my screen, you would be able to see when we take a loan and they go under contract, that's the only time that rates matter. And when this all comes into play, can't quote, I mean, we can throw some numbers out there, but it doesn't really matter till then. But then I go in a thing called Loan Sifter, put in these high level details, and then it's going to go through and it's going to stack everybody up, right? So again, all these banks want to have you go to their bucket of money. So then they ultimately compete. So that's going to be, so then we look at several different factors. One, obviously rate matters, right? What are they charging for that rate? How fast can they close? Do we know what their underwriting process is like? Yeah. So, but we have a system that essentially goes in and stacks them all for us.
And I've seen this in action when we went to Michigan, and I was really blown away by that. It kind of reminds me of when you watch the Progressive commercials, right? Like you shop your rate around. I mean, you shop your other people. Progressive, right?
That's
does that make sense to you, Lucy?
Oh, totally. I mean, that's a great analogy. So lots of buckets of money.
And they have cool commercials too. So, they got something going on. So what kinds of loan programs are usually more available through mortgage brokers?
I'm going to differentiate between programs and products. So, and not to get too much in the weeds of either one of those. Programs are USDA, FHA, conventional, what you would know. And so then you have the fifth non-QM, which is still considered kind of like a program, right? So ish, that's like the dirty sister, right? So then, yeah, same. So then you would have, different products amongst those, right? So you may have a lender, you may have UWM who's offering a conventional at 1%. So that's a product of a conventional, program. So again, a broker is going to be able to talk to a bazillion different lenders that are offering all kinds of different things. They may have different overlays, underlays. Do they do refers? Do they do down payment programs? So you just would have a plethora of whatever. I mean, I hate to say, like, whatever you need, I mean, if a broker can't do it, nobody can do it, so, I mean,
it's like Cher going into her closet on the computer and it picks her outfits for her.
Yeah. So, and we're trying to streamline, because the bad thing is too, like someone, maybe who doesn't do a lot of fix and flips, right? Like, I mean, I know that I have 45 different lenders that I can fit and fix and flips, but I'm like, ooh, so that part, that's the challenge of our world, is sometimes we have too many that we're like, okay, well, who do I choose? Who do I use? So we obviously have really great resources of using our teammates that have used those lenders to say, okay, what's their underwriting like? What's their communication like? What's their closings like? Is it smooth? Is it, hard? All the things. So.
Building off of that, like, are mortgage brokers generally faster or more flexible than getting the loan approval compared to a bank?
Well, again, as the world as Lucy knows it, so I mean, so it also depends, about your originator, right? I mean, ultimately we are that person that manages that whole scenario. So I think if your originator is super fast, if you have a really fast team, so that would, my answer would be yes, I would think, because you have a little bit less layers of management, a little bit less layers of underwriting, so, but again, I've not been on that side, but I would still say we all kind of average-ish, but yeah, I mean, we have some teams, like UWM is known for speed. Like, you can pop out an approval in, no time. So
absolutely. And Josh,
He said,
go ahead.
What? Who? Josh?
Joshua loves buckets of money.
Oh,
That's
yes, he does.
yeah, in the comment. He loves buckets of money, of course. Got them red bottom shoes, right? Is that what is that
Same.
Standard.
Okay, let me ask you a question. So, how do fees and closing costs compare between brokers and traditional lenders? And I know we're asking you this kind of who is better. I don't want to frame it that way because you haven't been on the other side. So,
Right.
and it's just the questions
But
that we
she's
brought up.
superior.
So, but I mean, so let me say it a different way. Can you compare closing costs against all these 150, 60 different brokers or lenders so that you can get the smallest closing costs for your clients?
Investors.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's always the goal, right? I mean, like I sometimes, and I'm okay with calling out other brokers right now. Like when I stand on my true broker platform, a lot of brokers like to work with one or two companies, and because they know them, they know their systems, they know their platforms, they know how to do all the things. Well, I'm like, yeah, let's try this guy. Let's see, let's pony up, And so because if I can save the client, $500, $1,000, that means a lot to people, right? When closing costs are tight. Absolutely. And so, I mean, I truly believe, it drives my team crazy that I'm like, okay, new lender today, let's go. We have to learn new systems, so that part is a little challenging, but as a broker, we get that freedom, and a lot of times it's not like I go yelling it from the rooftops, but our clients don't even know. They don't know what they saved, right? They don't know usually what they don't know, but I'm like, in my heart of hearts, I'm like, okay, that was awesome. That we got to save them a whole lot of money. So
nice. That's important.
Yes, I agree.
So, okay, hypothetically speaking, I'm just kidding. But like what myths do you hear the most often about mortgage brokers, and what's the reality?
Well, there's always this brokers are better, so there's like, okay, so what's the myth about that? Again, I think that we just don't have a lot of layers, our who you see is who you get, right? So there are teams within our broker communities that have kind of larger structures, but for the most part, so I think that some people are just like, well, I don't know, myths. That one, I don't.
There's so many myths about everything and everyone that they're just
That's so true.
myths.
Yeah. But I think the brokers are better motto, like that myth of that. And like what we believe in is again, that we've just done better. So I don't think it's a myth though either. So that's not a good one, huh? Okay.
Well,
I'm failing at that question.
No. I think it might be the way we framed it. So I think I want to ask you this, and I think we had spoken about this. If you haven't seen the video that I did with Lucy on my channel, definitely go check it out on my YouTube channel. But I think a lot of times, and one of the myths that we have as real estate agents is that we're just out for the money. That's all we care about, and the deal. I don't give a crap about anything, right? And I fancy myself, and I'm sure Brandon, I can't speak for him, but I'm sure he feels the same way. We advise you how to do your stuff. We're not trying to take your money. A lot of times when you're asking for sensitive information all the time, like this is how do you see yourself in the whole the process of buying a home?
Well, I'm kind of, so as a realtor, I've always described it as like almost like a team in one body, right? So it's like you're like the coach's head, right? The realtor is like the one that's calling plays, and that's going to be, the head of the team essentially, right? And then you have your offensive coordinator, you got a defensive coordinator. So listen, it's football season, right? So we can talk about that.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. So we play y'all here soon. Yeah,
hey,
we play y'all next weekend.
Again, you know that, right?
Huh?
We play each other again next weekend or this year.
Next weekend. Look, I actually wore a shirt for you, but but it was too cold in here, so I couldn't. So knowing that the realtor, y'all are the first connection, right? Your people trust you. You've guided them to this. You've found them the home. You've advised them on, who are you going to use for lending? Who are you? You've talked to them about all of this. So then for us, we are just that other support, right? I think of myself as the offensive coordinator, right? Like if you don't get to the goal line, I mean, I'd like
We
to
can't
think,
score without you guys.
you can't score without us, you know. So
We're not getting a touchdown without the lender.
without us, right? So yeah, I mean, we get just, I mean, I don't get to have as intimate of an interaction, but obviously, like you said, we handle such sensitive information, and I mean, this is such a huge transaction for someone, you know. So
It's important to be comfortable.
yeah, I mean, it's, I mean, like I said, that you want them. So we're just also just part of that team, right? So I mean, I say the word team a lot, you know, and so I've kind of incorporated it into everything I say. And
it's important.
yeah, I think it's great,
Remember,
right? Yeah,
we're all a team.
we're all a team. We're
Yes.
all on the same team, and we all have the same goal line. Like going, we all got to go that direction.
I'm trying to
you
score a
know?
touchdown, baby. We're trying
Yeah.
to get in the end zone. I don't take
Yeah.
field goals. There are no field goals here.
There's no feel. Yeah, and the attorney. Yeah, and the attorney is over there playing defense just to make sure we don't have title issues. So yeah, there we go.
There we go.
There's the team.
All right, so I got the last question for you, Lucy. What are the top 3 questions a buyer should ask any lender to make sure they're getting the best deal?
Oh, deals, more deals. You know, I mean, obviously the buyer needs to also educate themselves, right? On, okay, what's kind of an average, right? You know, so a lot of people, like I have a guy today, you know, we're over here arguing over an eighth. An eighth doesn't make any difference on what we're, you know, it's like, so they also need to ask, how do you communicate, right? Like, go and check us out. Go check out the reviews, right? So, I mean, because I think that there's some things about a deal, but you get what you pay for too. So I think I've found a lot of value lately in like, okay, so part of my deal, you know, and whether, I mean, I do think I'm one of the less expensive options, but also your deal is like knowing what you're getting into, right? Like knowing how you want to receive information. So like, you know, articulating that. So ask your lender, you know, how do we communicate, right? You know, where's that? So asking them that about their deal, right? And then, you know, knowing what the average rate is, but then knowing what the fees are. Like, so a lot of times these people will give me a call and like, hey, Patrick, you know, told me to give you a call. I want to check on the rate. Great, buddy. We got a lot to do before we're going to get to rate talk, you know? And so know what your credit is. Know that like before you call a lender, get an idea what your credit is. Cause guess what? That's 80% of your rate right there.
Yeah.
Might be even 90, you know? So
the rate's cute, but
rates,
if you don't got
rate and
start,
credit pretty much equal each other. Like,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're almost totally. So it's like, so people knowing that, like being able to like, well, my buddy just got this rate. Well, your buddy had 100 points higher score. Yeah. He didn't get a collection last 6 months, you know? So yeah, I mean, rate and fees, you know, maybe even if like, you know, a certain product, like to me, I personally, like obviously in the VA space, right? Just having connectivity. Like, do you do one VA loan a year or do you do 50 VA loans per year? Like just knowing that someone that knows that actual product, right? Same thing. Like you came to me and you're like, hey, I want to do a fix and flip. Like, hey, I'm going to be really honest with you. It's not a product that I know a lot about. I'm going to be able to get you a great rate and deal on it. But it's just you and I are going to be on a journey together that I may be learning too. So we're both I'm going to get some grace, right? So there's my hand there, you know, so just also having a really transparent lender. So yeah.
So you have fix and flip loans?
Absolutely. I got hard money.
I'm going to talk to you.
Yeah, dude. But I just told you I don't do a lot of it.
Well, you guys can learn together. That'd be great.
Yeah, well, and I have a great resource. Like, I mean, our team, that's the thing is we have we have over 1,700 loan officers. So it's like everybody, we know our niche within Edge. Like, okay, I would just call my buddy and be like, hey, you're going to get on this line with me and Brandon and you're going to give us the lowdown, you know, and our teammates do that all day long.
I'm going to make a note of this.
Okay, I love that.
I'm going to make one more question.
Okay.
If a lender's going to call, or excuse me, if a buyer's going to call you, right? Say I refer a buyer to you, right? And of course, you're going to take care of them. I know that I wouldn't refer them if I didn't believe in you, obviously, right?
Absolutely.
And we've done several deals together. So, I mean, obviously, great work. But what is the one question that buyers don't ask and they should?
I mean, I think the fees, right? Like knowing what that associates, right? Like, and again, you're not going to be able to give them all of that right there at the moment, but just helping educating someone. Because I think that right now, and so much, we hear so much about rates. We have I heard y'all talking about Fed rates at the beginning, right? So it's like all over our news, it's all over our podcasts, it's all over our YouTubes, it's all over everything. Where does the rate come from? But then, and our rate is not attached to the Fed rate. I'm sure you two are wise enough to know that, right? Yeah. But having them understand that, but then again, them just knowing it's not just about the rate, because there's a lot of lenders out there that are bamboozling buyers right now. Great, I got a 5.25 for you. This is actually, it's refinances that are getting all of our clients. They're pooing their clients because they're like, I can get you a 5.25 today. Well, if you charged them $17,000 for that rate, did you do them any favors? You sucked $17,000 worth of equity out of their home. So, I mean, to me, that's shame. Like, how do you sleep at night? But don't get me started on that. So I think that that should be the new narrative when comparing lenders. Don't just call me about my rate. Now ask me about my fees.
Right.
There we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, guys, when you're looking to buy a home, I think a lot of times, and I'm not trying, like I said, I would never talk bad about a lender. Okay. And everybody's got to eat. And I understand. Okay. But there are some people that's going to tell you what you want to hear, make you go through all the paperwork. I just had a client call me, Spencer. I don't know. I hope he called you. But he called me. He's like, hey, Pat, like the lender and this is not the lender, but he's trying to refinance right through his lender. Okay. And the termite people was like, oh, you need to get a full bond on the house for us to give you a clearance letter, right? Yep. Because they're not closing as many homes, so they're not getting as many wood clearance letters, right? So they're trying to take advantage of this guy, which is a $700 difference between what should have been
$50. $80.
$85 letter, and they're trying to charge him $700. There's people out there that do that. I'm not saying this all lenders, but I'm just saying lenders are going to try to get you to the door and close you, bury you in paperwork, and by the time you climb out of the paperwork, then you're like, holy shit.
For 2.5 hours, you're not going to have your paperwork, you're not going to have your clear clothes.
Well, and the thing is too, like, there's so much, like,
$17,000 in closing costs, and they're like, what the hell just happened?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Well, and like, they're not taking the time too to like walk through that, right? Like walk through that loan estimate. On that loan estimate, it would have said termite on there. And then they would have had the opportunity to be like, hey, this is what's going to be required. And they had to disclose this. And Spencer did not. We talked, but I think that he was already probably a little further in than he wanted to back out and come with me, which is okay, right? I mean, the thing is too, like, I will take the 10, 20 minutes to review his loan estimate too, to know he's not getting hosed, right? Because you're going to want to sell that house eventually, right? So if they happen to have charged him, which there's just... the refinance people are just my nemesis. Like, it's awful. And so, but if they would have walked through that loan estimate with him, broken down those fees, they'd have seen that and then been able to take that opportunity to explain that to him. But lenders also won't take that 15, 20 minutes of time, so.
That's why we say local.
Say local. Yeah. Say reputation, right? Like you know that we want to, I want a 5-star review. I'm not going shooting for anything else. So
I want to know that if I'm going through the process and I got questions, I can come knock on your door and be like, Lucy, I'm home.
Well, like today, Patrick, do you remember the maze? Like the maze called me today, So, I mean, they're always like, yeah. Why? Because someone called him about a refinance. And he said, Lucy, I knew to call you first. And I'm like, good,
Thank God.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I just, I think, it's not only it's who you work with matters. I think that's a biggest takeaway from this is who cares about you matters. You're going to run into me, Brandon, Lucy in the store. You buy a house here, you're going to see me probably. I actually guarantee you're going to see me again. But you could run into Lucy in the... Could you imagine if Lucy did a bad job in your loan and she screwed you and then you run her at the Savannah Bananas game? How's that going to be?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I think I know you.
I hate you. And then they slit your tires. Oh no, gosh.
Right. So we like to work with people we like, and Lucy's one of the ones I love. And thank you so much for coming on tonight. I really
Thanks for
appreciate it. I know it's
having me.
late. I know
Yeah.
not everybody wants to come on 8 o'clock at night. Now we're here for the people. That's why we do this. But I really appreciate you coming on. And Brandon, thank you again, as always, for coming on here. Don't forget to watch, or if you haven't liked the video yet, please do that. We got a comment. Did you see the comment, Brandon?
You won't stop talking, so I can tell you the comment.
It's Mackenzie. Hey, Kenzie.
Kenzie said, "Hey, hey, girl."
Thank you for watching, Kenzie. I appreciate
We're
it.
about to sign off. Thanks for coming.
Okay, I don't care. I appreciate it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Kenzie's always watching my stuff, liking my videos, commenting. I appreciate you, Kenzie. You're awesome. Thank you. And for everybody else, Tommy for joining, Josh for joining, Lucy for coming on. Watch Brandon's YouTube channel. He's going to put out more stuff, right? And yeah, absolutely, Kenzie. I appreciate you. I don't care if it's late. It doesn't matter. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. But Lucy, thank you again. And I'll be talking to you soon, okay?
Thanks,
Okay,
Lucy.
friends. Have a good night. Ciao, ciao.
Good night. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, ciao.